Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marielis and I love to create easy to follow Puerto Rican cooking tutorials. For today's video, I'll be making a super delicious, rich and hearty chicken stew called Pollo Guisado. So let's get into it. So to start making my Pollo Guisado, I have here 2 pounds of diced chicken breast and I'm going to give it a good drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Then afterwards, I'm going to put about a teaspoon of some Goya Adobo, but you can use any all-purpose seasoning you like. I'm not worried about not adding enough seasoning at this point because I can just add more in the stew itself. Then I'm going to go in with some dry oregano flakes and a bit of ground black pepper. And then of course, the star of the show, I'm going to add about 2.5 tablespoons of my fresh homemade sofrito. I do have a video for my sofrito. It is the very first video I ever posted on this channel, so there's that. so go give it a watch if you haven't already. So afterwards I'm just gonna give everything a nice good mix and I'm gonna cover it in some plastic cling wrap and let it marinate for at least an hour in my fridge, but you can let it marinate up to overnight. If you're in a pinch for time, don't worry about this step and you can just go straight to cooking. Alright, so I have my pan set over medium-high heat, more on the high side, and I'm just going to plop my chicken right in. So I'm going to cook it until it's about halfway cooked before I add the rest of my ingredients. Okay, now it's time to add the rest of my ingredients, starting off with some tomato sauce. Here I'm adding about 3 tablespoons. I personally do not like to add too much, but if you want to add a little more, go ahead. If you want to add a little less, that's fine too. And then 1 bay leaf, plop that right in there. And half of a red bell pepper chopped. You can use any bell peppers you like. Red bell peppers are just my personal favorite. And then afterwards, I'm gonna add some baby carrots and about 3 small red skin potatoes. Red skin potatoes are my absolute favorite, especially with the skin on, but you can use any potato you like. You can even use some yuca and some malanga. I think that'll work really well too. And then I'm gonna add just enough water so that everything is about 3/4 of the way covered. I'm not gonna cover everything completely because I'm not making soup, I'm making a stew. So I'm just adding enough water to cook everything. And here I noticed that I dropped my spoon, so let me go grab another one. There we go, much better. So I'm just gonna mix everything up and then I'm gonna add 1 chicken bouillon. And last but not least, 1 packet of Goya Sazón with culantro y achote. You can use any kind of Sazón brand you like. You can even use some annatto powder, whatever you prefer is fine. So if you've noticed, I haven't added any extra salt because I salted my chicken enough, plus the Sazón has salt in it. But make sure that when you do check for salt content, you check it towards the middle or towards the end. You want to make sure that your chicken's cooked before you do that. So I'm just going to cook everything over medium-high heat for about 40 minutes with the lid on until my potatoes are nice and tender. So about 40 minutes have passed and my Pollo Guisado is perfection. That broth is so rich and hearty, so flavorful, it's so good, and the potatoes are super tender, just the way I like it. You may notice a couple of olives in there. I added that towards the middle because I forgot, but it's not gonna make or break the dish. But everything came out so good. And that is all for today's recipe. I paired my Pollo Guisado with a hearty portion of white rice. I have some avocado on the side. The only thing I'm missing are some plantains because unfortunately I just didn't have any on hand. But everything came out super delicious. Super proud of this recipe. So if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And please give this video a thumbs up and hit that notification bell because a new video will be out every week. Until next time.